Did is on the Spanish-American War, and it kind of covers or introduces yellow journalism through using what might be current headlines to then get kids to examine how different newspapers can introduce headlines to kind of spin the story a different way. And we use that to introduce the USS Maine and how that got us involved, and how different newspapers spun that whole event to try to get us involved in the Spanish-American War. And I found this website, historicalthinkingmatters.org, and it is a great website. The reason why I like it is because I got this lesson from it and tweaked it a little bit. This is a one-day lesson. You can kind of do it in about 20-25 minutes if you want to. Depends on what you're doing for the day. But what you do for the lesson, I've given you this link, so you don't have to write it down. I've got it when I give you the form. You introduce by giving them 3 separate headlines, and it's about a bride who's run away. And it gives you 3 different ways, and the kids look at those. They then talk about, well, which one of these do you think is the closest to the truth? After we have a short discussion about that, there is an embedded video that you can watch that introduces that says main movie up there, that introduces the whole concept of what's going on, basically a very brief introduction to it. Then it gives you 2 articles. It gives you a New York Journal article and a New York Times article. And what I also liked about that is that it has 2 versions. One is just the regular full-on version, and the second one is a modified version if you have students who are low-level readers. It's really nice because I've used both levels. After they read both of those, there is a chart where they just basically look at what kind of spin did this article put on the event of the explosion of the USS Maine, and how did, what evidence did the article provide for that. And then the students have to kind of get in pairs and talk about what they think really happened and why they think we got involved. And it's just an interesting little way. You can also extend it by doing a writing assignment afterwards if you want to. I've only ever done it just as an introduction, like a 15-20 minute lesson. But anyway, I thought it was worthwhile enough to give you guys. This website is also really good. It covers, you can do a lesson on the Scopes trial, Social Security, or Rosa Parks. So also very good document kind of oriented, and also different levels that you can adjust it for your students' needs. So, any questions? And again, you'll have all the links when you get your form.
Can you put it on your?
Sure. It's also, you can do it online. I've never done that online before. Or you can, this is what, if you got into a computer lab, this is what you can look at. You see it here on the right. You obviously, kind of blow it up. But you can also print it out, which is how I've done it. I've had to print it out and make classroom sets for my kids, and then they just read it in class, and then I take them back up. But there on the left is what the text of the document is, and on the right is, there on the right is what the actual document looked like. But you can download them in PDF format, and it has some other questions that you can extend it as much as you want or make it as brief as you want. And what I also created, by the way, was the PowerPoint with the different headlines, so you can put one headline up at a time as you're introducing it, and then look at them all 3 at the end to kind of see. And I've attached all that too. So, just an interesting little. Anybody else? Okay, thank you.